Hi, I'm Lindsay, and I'm here to talk about the Well-Educated Heart, month 7. Okay, so month 7 is March. That's this month. But if you're watching this later, month 7 is usually March. It's all about the 1800s in America, westward expansion, pioneers, Native Americans, Arabia and Islam, the Holy Land, birds, and the Mother's University topic is imagination. So I'm gonna do this video. I've done a couple videos about how I plan out our month using the Well-Educated Heart rotation topics and books. This video is gonna be just me sharing a little bit about what we've done for our first week of month 7, so you can kind of get an idea of what that looks like. Okay, so in my other videos, I've talked about how I plan out the month in advance, and this month I did something a little differently. I printed out a different template than I had shown in my previous video. And I just left it blank until I kind of had an idea of what I was gonna do. So what I started with was the same as how I did my other videos, where I got the reading log, the reading record out, and I got all my books out that I have for that month from the Well-Educated Heart, and I just look through them and see what are we going to use. So here's all the books that I've used for this month, that I've pulled out for this month. I think I have a couple more, but this is what I'm using. And then
for right now,
I pulled off my bookshelves all of the books that I own that have to do with those topics. I don't know. They're all discombobulated, but anyways,
you change the ink?
I will do another video of the books if people want. But a lot of these, almost 90% of the books that I'm using for the rotations are off of the biblio guides for month 7. Some of them, like these field guides, are books that I had or I had already got before I started homeschooling, because that's stuff that I like and I think is cool, so I had that. So then I start to create my morning menu, which is really just like a visual for my kids to look at while I'm reading, or so that we're all on the same page to know what it is that we're learning about this month, because my kids are 14, 8, 6, and 3, and a baby. But so it's hard for them to kind of understand what is going on if I just read from the books and there's no visual aspect of it. So this really helps us. I always make the cover look nice. These are just the memorization that we do. And then I share these, the month things to know, on the Facebook group, the Well-Educated Heart Facebook group. If you search my name, then you can find, it just says Lindsay Lopez and things to know. Then you can find all of the ones that I've shared. I have not shared every single month yet. But I think I shared up to month 3 and then month 7 and 6. Month 6 and 7, I think. Okay. So these I put maps and like little pictures. Like here's, can you please do that somewhere else? Thank you so much. Chief Red Cloud and the Sioux Warriors. I just got these off Google, but I try to keep it so it's the citation so you know where it's from. Here's a map of all the 3 trails. There's a picture of some covered wagons. There's a painting. Then we have an illustration of Sinbad the Sailor. We have the Arabian Peninsula. We have the black tents. Oh, wow. And then we have some bird pictures. And I tried to pick birds that were in our area, or that are in most people's areas, so that other people could use it.
Mama.
And then I made this page, what's kind of like a bird bingo of birds in our state that we can try to check off if we have seen them. And this is from birdadvisors.com, so you can just type in your state and you can print out it's called, you type in your state and then you write bird ID cards, I think it was, or bird bingo. So birdadvisors.com, I'll try to link that below. And then I picked an artist that was not in the art book because we try to do, after we learn about the artist, my family tries to recreate the artist's artwork.
Yeah.
And we have had a lot of luck with that. My oldest has done a really amazing job looking at the My Fine Art storybooks and just replicating it. But for this month, I wanted to choose an artist that was from the areas that we were discussing. So I chose R.C. Gorman, who, if you live in the Southwest, you've probably seen his artwork, and it looks really cool. You can see, here's some sculptures. Uh-oh, here. And then my family also, they like to see... No, you gotta share. Here. Well, use this one and then you can trade it, okay? So my family likes to watch the themed movies. I try to do this because otherwise my kids will just try to watch like all the shows, you know. And then, so this is kind of like what can we watch, because we've done screen time in the past, but my kids just try to watch stuff that has nothing to do with anything. So I try to put a menu of selections. That was my baby screeching. Like I thought it was a person screaming.
I thought it was a horse.
And then this is a new page that I tried. It says resources, and then I made like, for every month I try to put a master YouTube list of stuff, and if anyone wants the link to those, I have them unlisted on my YouTube channel, but the QR codes that I made did not work. This one was to play the Oregon Trail game. I don't know why they don't work. I'm gonna have to try it again. And then our family does a hymn. This was the hymn that was it's always sung before Lent. So we practiced it and then we learned about St. Francis. Anyways, okay, so that's the morning menu. Thank you. And then my kids really struggle with the reading if they don't have something to do. So I printed out just a map. Okay, that's enough bird calls. I got bird calls, which may or may not have been a good choice. Can you demonstrate it for us? Here. Can you demonstrate it? Okay, that's the crow. This one, someone has jammed beads into it. So, oh, they're peas.
I have the hummingbird
Okay,
one.
try it out now. This one's this one's a wood duck. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the demonstrations. Will you take it into another room?
Let me demonstrate this
Okay, take it over there. Okay, lots of bird calls. Okay. So I printed out this map of Saudi Arabia. I printed out a coloring sheet. I printed out a word search. This one I had the Dover, I think it's Dover countries coloring book, and I just copy it. The rest of the stuff I just Googled worksheet, Native Americans, worksheet, birds, crossword, and I saved that. And I printed that out for each person, for each child. And then this is the new schedule that I'm using, that I made. I really like the Ambleside layout, which I was trying to replicate on my last video of scheduling. Hold on. And this is a little bit better. So this has all the topics, and then I just did by week. And then if I know what I want to do, I fill it out if I know what I want to do ahead of time. Okay, will you go show Val? Go show it to Val. Okay, I didn't want this video to be super long, but so I filled in the things that I knew we were going to do, the Bible, my Book of Delights, artist, hymn, and composer are all in the same one, because sometimes I do it and sometimes I don't, or sometimes I just do one. So I started by reading Stories of the American Frontier. The very first one is called Grandfather's Journey. So I started reading that, and it's pretty short, so it's good for younger kids. And then I decided to alternate that with just a book about the Oregon Trail that I already had, which is this one. But you can use any book about the Oregon Trail. I think I got this one from Biblio Guides. So any are fine. I would recommend, I like things with pictures. So if it just has a lot of words, I'm probably not going to use it unless it's like this. this I like. It's a chapter book. It doesn't have pictures, but it has the story. If I want pictures, I use a picture book. I don't like the picture books with a lot of words, but you might. So maybe you could just use that instead. You know what I mean? So just do what works for you. But I find that alternating for my kids between the Forgotten Classics and a picture book works really well. So then I read, if I have everything is not right. So I read Tales from Arabia and Native America. And then I have these. So while I'm reading, they can look at the pictures and we talk about, you know, what the things are. These are really nice because it kind of like helps immerse you in the culture, especially if your kids have never like visited the place, or like I grew up in the Southwest, and so I'm very familiar with Native American culture. But my kids are not really, because now we live in the Midwest, and I mean, there are Native American things, especially because the Oregon Trail started here anyways. So it's not as prevalent to see it like in everyday life as it is in the Southwest. So the visuals help a lot. So that helps my kids. And then we use Cetera for the map, geography. So they do that. We do math online, CTC math. It works amazing for all my kids. But anyways, the point is that this was just our first week of month 7. And I feel like we did a lot. We also watched a couple of videos. And so you can plan it, but still make it very loose.
This have a black line.
I recommend, the biggest thing that I recommend, especially with this, is to pre-read the books. At least a little, just skim it. If you have the physical book, it's easiest. But if you aren't sure, I think that the reading record has the names of the titles, but if you go on the website, the Well Educated Heart website, and you click on the book, it opens the Internet Archive. It's called issue.com, and you can open the book and look through it, and you can click on the titles of the chapters, and you can go and read it.
What's a pen?
So I would recommend at least skimming the books, because you don't really need a lot of extra stuff. But if you have little kids, younger kids, elementary school age kids, it's nice to have visuals and pictures, and so that works really well for us. Again, here's some pictures. So while you're reading the Forgotten Classics, you can take, oh, look at the birds. You can take a look at the birds, you know. And I have some chapter books. My oldest is doing another curriculum just because she came from public school, so it's easier for her to check off the...
My tablet.
Sure. It's easier for her to check off the list. But my next oldest daughter is in 3rd grade. And so I would maybe I would consider assigning like a chapter book for her to read. She's currently reading one that she didn't finish last month, which is okay. But here's some other ones. Some of these are on Biblio Guides. I really like these. I feel like no one likes these, but I love these. Here's another one.
I love that.
The Sign of the Beaver, Florence of Arabia, and then the rest are picture books. So you could really do whatever you want, but that's what we have been doing, and it works really good. Here's a pea.
Mom, can you get yours?
And you know, it's just nice to look at the pictures of the things. So I hope that this helps someone get an idea of what you can do. I personally do not do well with the just wait till the day of and open the book and read, because I kind of like, I have to, for my own self, and just to know like kind of the timeline of what my kids are learning. That just helps me have some semblance of a plan. And you could do the bingo on the Well Educated Heart website. They have a bingo sheet with ideas of what you can do, and you can do that too. You don't have to use a schedule, but maybe that helps someone get an idea of what they're going to be doing this month. So happy month 7, and I'm interested to hear what everyone's favorite chapter from one of the Forgotten Classics was. Okay, thanks, bye.